Good evening to our special guests, family, friends, and most importantly, to our 2021 graduates. On behalf of SACAP, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to SACAP's KwaZulu Natal and online 2021 conferral ceremony, an important highlight in our academic calendar. An evening of joy and celebration, which affords us the opportunity to recognize, celebrate, and honor the academic success and achievements of our new graduates. My name is Lauren Martin, the Head of Faculty for Applied Psychology, and I have the privilege of being your MC tonight. My role here tonight is to be your host as we walk through the conferral ceremony together, ensuring that this evening's ceremony is etched in both yours and your loved ones' memories as a significant moment, pivotal signifier of all you have achieved and all you are still to achieve. We at SACAP are so proud of each and every one of you. Before we get started with the official program for tonight, I want to briefly do some housekeeping. Firstly, you will not be able to turn on your mics and cameras for the duration of the ceremony. However, the chat box function is live. Please use this chat box to write comments to celebrate each other's achievements. When posting a comment in the chat box, please select all panelists and attendees. So this allows everyone to see your comments. This is also a way of us all connecting in this virtual space. Should you have any questions, please do not post these questions in the chat box, as we may not be able to attend to these. Rather, please email graduation@sacap.edu.za. We will add this email address to the chat box shortly. Please note that tonight's conferral of the various qualifications contains only your first name and surname, but your full name, as shown in your ID or passport, will be shown on your certificates and transcripts. Your certificates and transcripts will be available for collection after the 12th of May 2021 from your relevant campus, and your campus administration team will communicate with you regarding the COVID protocols and collection details. For our online students, there will also be a courier option available. This conferral ceremony is being recorded and will be made available to you to watch again or to share with your family and friends. It will also be available on our various social media platforms. We will now commence with our official program. A conferral ceremony signifies academic achievement alongside personal and professional transformation in a lifelong journey of discovery. With this in mind, I could think of no one more suited to constitute our 2021 SACAP conferral ceremony other than our SACAP's highly esteemed and loved academic dean, Dr. Jacqueline Lotter. Dr. Lotter has a love for SACAP, for our students, and for the part we play in making a difference in the world. Dr. Lotter, it is such an honor to ask you to address our graduates on this momentous occasion.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction, Lauren. It's certainly lovely to be here on our first conferral ceremony in what is one of my favorite weeks of the year. Once again, a very good evening to our invited guests, members of our respective boards, faculty, staff, and most importantly, good evening and another very warm welcome to our SACAP graduates and their families. As a graduating cohort, you are certainly unique. You are the first cohort of SACAP graduates to have completed your last year of studies almost fully online under lockdown circumstances. You're also the first group of graduates to enter a world of work that looks very different to the one when you started your respective qualifications. And for some of you here this evening, you may be the first generation of graduates in your family. Despite the numerous challenges which you have faced not only during the course of last year, but throughout your studies, you have overcome these challenges and you are here this evening having adapted to your studies, to the challenges. You've adapted to the circumstances and succeeded in the face of immense difficulty. Your agility, determination, and resilience are admirable, and they are key qualities that are going to set you up for success in a world that is changing and that has changed. While tonight is certainly a celebration, it would be remiss of me not to mention those who have been personally affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, and to remember that the lives that have been lost within our own SACAP community. I ask if we perhaps could take a moment to just pause and reflect together. Thank you. Graduation is a significant milestone which marks one of the most memorable experiences in the life of any student. Although the pandemic has forced us to reconsider the manner in which tonight's celebration takes place, it does not detract from the overall importance of the event. I personally look forward to a time in the future when all of us can come together to celebrate your achievements at a physical graduation ceremony. That being said, your graduation this evening represents the end of one journey and the beginning of another, an occasion filled with joyous celebration as we, the SACAP community, recognize and honor our new graduates and celebrate your academic success and achievements. On behalf of the entire SACAP community, it gives me immense pleasure to offer our warmest and proud congratulations to each and every single one of you on your wonderful achievements. During your time at SACAP, you have been supported by the love and sacrifices of your parents, guardians, friends, and partners. It is important to acknowledge and thank them for the role which they have played in supporting your dreams and goals in order that tonight they become a reality. I would also like to personally thank the numerous other role players whose commitment to SACAP during a particularly difficult year means that we can celebrate here tonight together. To the educators, supervisors, academic and support staff, my sincerest thanks. I acknowledge with much appreciation the important role played by all of you in creating a rich and supportive environment for our students so that they may grow and succeed in their academic endeavors. Today is also a milestone for us as an institution as we celebrate 24 years of innovative education whilst making a positive social impact in society. Over the course of the next week, we will be honouring a total of 634 graduates across 3 conferral ceremonies, the largest cohort of graduates in SACAP's history. This number consists of 423 undergraduate students and 211 postgraduate students, with 82% of our graduates being women and 42 of our graduates being international students. Furthermore, this year sees SACAP's first ever master's graduate, Devon Houle, graduating from the Masters of Social Science in Community Mental Health Promotion, a proud moment for us in our history as well as Devon's. SACAP graduates of 2021, each of you has the opportunity to go out and make a difference in the world around you, armed with new knowledge, insights, and skills to contribute towards bettering the lives of others in a multitude of ways. Understand that during the course of your qualification, you have developed a set of skills and qualities that are going to be essential to thriving in our new world. With rapid changes occurring in society and our lives, SACAP is more committed than ever to providing education in areas where our country's need is the greatest. Your education has been purposefully person-centered and praxis-oriented, with a key focus on empowering you to activate resources and effect positive social change. Transformation and making a positive and sustainable social impact in our communities and countries is at the heart of why we do what we do. It has been our honor to see you develop not just as students, but as people along your SACAP journey. Remember that SACAP will always remain your academic home and family. As a graduate of SACAP, you join a special community of our alumni, exceptional individuals who are making great contributions in many and diverse fields. We expect that you too will take up the challenge to contribute positively to society. We welcome you to this very special and ever-growing community. In closing, dear graduates, our heartfelt congratulations to you, the class of 2021. Whatever the future holds for you, be sure to always ground yourselves in the values of honesty, empathy, respect, integrity, compassion, and social justice. It is now my honor as Academic Dean to declare this conferral ceremony of the South African College of Applied Psychology duly constituted. Lauren, thank you so much for the honor of allowing me to constitute this ceremony. Over to you to introduce our guest speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Lotta, for constituting our 2021 conferral ceremony. In agreement with Dr. Lotta, tonight is the beginning of a journey, one that has limitless opportunities, something I'm so reminded of by our keynote speaker this evening, Rapelang Rabana. Rapelang obtained a degree in business science, computer science honors, and an MSc from the University of Cape Town, giving her a technical and business background. This foundation led her to believe that there had to be better, simpler, more effective ways of doing things. And she concluded, there is through technology. Since then, Rapelang has been featured on the cover of Forbes Africa magazine before the age of 30, selected as a Fast Company Maverick, named Entrepreneur for the World by the World Entrepreneurship Forum, and selected as a young global leader by the World Economic Forum. Rapelang is an internationally lauded technology entrepreneur. From her first startup to Chief Digital Officer at SACAP's, at South Africa's largest IT company, Rapelang is now also the founder of Rekindle Lid, which enables people to adapt to the changing world of work, making a difference to a number of South Africans, something we know our graduates strive to do. Rapelang's story serves as a massive reminder of the endless possibilities available to us as South Africans and as graduates. it is now my absolute pleasure to share with you all her words for our 2021 graduates as you prepare to navigate the next steps in your career and life.
Just over 15 years ago, I graduated from the University of Cape Town with my business science, computer science honors degree. Much like you at the end of your university career today. A few years later, along my journey, I found myself on the cover of Forbes Africa alongside Wendy Ackerman of Pick n Pay. I assure you, I could have never anticipated the turns my journey would take, the platforms I've shared with the likes of Malcolm Gladwell and the founder of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab. And when I think back now and try to unpack the purpose of my story, the relevance of my journey, I've been able to draw a few insights that I am able to share with you today. The first insight was how so much of my journey was determined by my personal growth. I think along our growth path as children and as adults, we don't realize that we adopt certain beliefs, certain ways of living, certain ways of doing work. And we need to realize at some point in our career that there's actually multiple strategies that one can adopt in their life to be able to perform better. And tools like the Enneagram have been fantastic for me in highlighting what those other strategies to deal with different challenges in life are. My greater awareness of how I behave and how the world works around me was actually quite key in helping me push myself to get to my first business. In addition to recognizing that I personally, Rapelang, was not willing to go and work in corporate, I was also able to raise my level of awareness to challenge what was perceived as the status quo, as the way the world works. And as students coming out of UCT, we started building mobile voice over IP applications. So internet calls on mobile phones, way back when, before Android and iPhone. And we were able to do this because we could suspend the assumption or the belief that you had to have prepaid credit to make a phone call. And since we never had much ourselves, we were determined to find another way to communicate. That determination to challenge what others perceived as fixed or unchangeable was key to the beginning of our journey. Along the way of building a business, the challenge of learning how to network was crucial for me. As an introvert, it was nowhere near natural. And I realized that I couldn't keep going to events trying to collect business cards. But I was able to learn how to connect with just one or two people and have a meaningful engagement. And to do that, you don't have to ask them to do anything. It's actually more about offering to help, to contribute to whatever priorities are going on in their life. The relationship quotient of our being is going to become so much more important now that you've got the technical tools. Your ability to connect with people and build goodwill, to open up opportunities in future, is quintessential to your social capital, to your ability to draw in customers, partners, suppliers in the future. So don't underestimate the value of relationships now that you have the right foundation. The disruptions that have been brought about by the fourth industrial revolution has raised many questions for professionals today on the relevance of their jobs and security of their future. What I always like to emphasize is that it's not so much about being an expert lawyer or an expert psychologist or an expert doctor anymore. That kind of world where we siloed careers is probably not going to be able to sustain itself. And it is the people that can take off that hat and wear the hat that allows them to ask the holistic questions. What is the customer's problem? What is the constraint they are facing in trying to fix that problem? And what are the capabilities that are available to us today through digital technologies that help us to break those constraints and solve their problems better? To future-proof your career, put that hat on and focus on making sure that the customer's job gets done. One of the biggest obstacles that I think people create for themselves is their own mental blocks. The number of times that I've heard young people say, "I can't," really saddens me, because that "I can't" thing is a story that you make up to tell yourself, to give yourself an excuse to not try, to not do better, to not take full responsibility for making your life work. It's so critical today to be able to manage your mental health, your disposition and your positive mindset, because if you lose the battle in the "I can't" story, you almost lose the game of life. So if anything is more important than relationships and the tools that you have learned at university today, it is being able to correct your thinking and the words that you use, and stop using words like "I can't." There is always a lot of fear surrounding big changes and shifts like you're facing today. So one of my favorite quotes is, "Fear means go." And whenever I feel like I'm really challenged and overwhelmed by a new situation, I remind myself that my dreams, my ambitions are greater than my fears.
Such powerful words and reminders from Rapelang. Two important highlights for me is that Rapelang reminds us as graduates to have the determination to challenge what society sees as fixed or unchangeable, allowing ourselves to come up with creative solutions to everyday problems. Your SACAP qualifications have enabled deliberate focus on building critical thinking, problem solving, and social responsiveness. You are equipped to challenge the status quo, and you are enabled to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. Have the courage to be the change the world needs. Rapelang also emphasized the need for graduates to have holistic vision. Your ability to transfer your skills to many problems in varied fields and to society at large. Your training has provided you with a solid foundation to now go out and work broadly in the field, making a difference in many different areas. Believe in your skills and what you have to offer the world. We hope that the skills you have developed and the knowledge you have gained gives you confidence to face the future unafraid. Next on our program is the moment you have all been waiting for. Graduates, it is your moment, commemorating and honoring your hard work and dedication to your studies. We have so much to celebrate tonight. A reminder to please add any celebratory comments into the chat box while we celebrate each other's accomplishments together. SACAP prides itself on its distinct teaching and learning philosophy. The custodian of teaching and learning for the Durban campus is Pranitha Jagdeo, and for the online campus is Carl Badenhorst. It is therefore only befitting that they be called to lead the certification process. Without further ado, we will now commence with the conferring of certificates. Thank you, Pranitha.
Thank you, Lauren. The following students are graduating with a higher certificate in counseling and communication skills. Abdullah Adam, Alandre Hafki, Belinda Andrea Murugan, Belinda Sotole, Bianca Fagri with distinction, Boitumelo Nsini, Bronwyn White, Bushle Kahula, Caitlin Mason, Cameron McKay, Charles Bucas, Cindy Murray Bertram, Colette Denton, Farron Davids, Farron Weiberg, Genevieve Dickens, Grace Makaza, Hayat Seaman, Ilsa Latagan, James Frost, Jamie Lee Isaacs with distinction, Jared Roscoe, JC Rizzi, Katazena Rodriguez, Kataleko Maloma, Kimune Naidu with distinction, Maria Smith, Mariette Schultz, Melanie Gill, Melanie Murray, Mashan Govender, Peter Nokia, Rachel Dubé, Saloshni Naidu, Sarah Kadir, Sinetemba Bengu, Suhail Sanjit, Tegan Lupton, Tandiwe Nshlopo, Tuveshni Madurai, Sekufatso Lafila, Vilma Mati, Sakya Suleiman, Zola Payisa. Congratulations to our higher certificate in counseling and communication skills graduates. The following students will be graduated. The following students are graduating with the diploma in counseling and communication. Carol Aslan, Lauren Bucas, Shanali Weidman, Vomania Madisakwane. Congratulations to our diploma in counseling and communication graduates. I now hand you over to Carl Bardenos, who will continue.
Thank you, Pranitha. The following students are graduating with the Bachelor of Applied Social Science, majoring in Counselling and Psychology. Amy Fromenton, Amy Villakazi, Anastasia Benatar, Angela Sonicus, Anya Tate, Anne-Marie Chingwena, Bernice Haramsa, Corneille de Villiers, cum laude, Dominique Cathy, Edward Kangave, Funani Impilo, Haley Beats, Helen LaRue, Penguye Nyawo, Ilka Potgieter, Jessica Lawrence, Johanna Janssen van Vieren, Joshua Weinman, Juanette McCrindle, Kaylee Kem, Lauren Smith, Lindy Ferguson, Lister Chola, Madeleine Swart, Meryl Lawrence, Monique Mop, Natalie Mostel, Nico van Niekerk, Nicole Pretorius, cum laude, Nimi Ramchand, Samantha Heald, Shane Mayer, Siegfried Vasmuth, Simone Jenison, Susan Sander, Taryn Hubert, Tracy Lotter, Vanessa Pagliani Trapani, Wanda Kliauza. Congratulations to our Bachelor of Applied Social Science, majoring in Counselling and Psychology graduates. The following students are graduating with the Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Psychology. Aletta Flanagan, Amanda Clinton, cum laude, Amanda Langer, Amonette van der Heever, Brigitte Bas, cum laude, Karis Gifford, Kaylin Strauss, Shanae de Kock, cum laude, Chantal Pace, Charlotte Murawaswi, Chloe Duprier, Christy Khoury, Faranaz Samai, Faye Ripley Evans, Helen van Skalkwijk, Jane Berger, Jessie van Velzen, Karen MacDonald, Kelly Breinstam, cum laude, Kim Bowers, Kirsten Marquardt, Kurt Matthias, Lorenzi Baresi, Mark Pretorius, Mia Deploy, Michelle Zarf, Monique Dreyer, Natasha Potgieter, Rohan Wickramasinghe, Sarah Kluwer, cum laude, Shraddha Sivnaran, Tubile Nsele, Tumelo Lejera, Wanda Leslie, Wilhelmine van der Vijver. Congratulations to our Bachelor of Social Science Honours Psychology graduates. I will now hand back to Dr. Lotta.
Thank you so much, Carl. So wonderful to have our first graduates for 2021 this evening. Thank you so much to Carl and Pranitha for conferring the qualifications upon our graduates. What a momentous occasion for each and every single one of you and your families. By the authority vested in me, I now admit the candidates who are presented to me in the graduation booklet to degrees, diplomas, and certificates of the South African College of Applied Psychology. Congratulations. It is now my further pleasure to announce the recipients of the Dean's Award for Outstanding Achievement in their respective qualifications. The Dean's Award is awarded to the graduating student who achieves the highest overall grade out of the top 10% of graduating students. No easy feat. This award is for overall outstanding academic achievement, and this year the Durban and Online campus is awarded to the following students. Bianca Fakhri for achievement of the highest academic standard in the higher certificate in counselling and communication skills. Himane Naidu for achievement of the highest academic standard in the higher certificate in counselling and communication skills. Corne de Villiers for achievement of the highest academic standard in the Bachelor of Applied Social Science, majoring in counselling and psychology. Amanda Clinton for achievement of the highest academic standard in the Bachelor of Applied Social Science, honours in psychology. And Kelly Brynstump for achievement of the highest academic standard in the Bachelor of Applied Social Science, honours psychology. My sincere congratulations to the recipients of the Dean's Award. You should be as proud of yourselves as I am of you. I acknowledge your commitment and dedication to your studies and will watch with anticipation to see the mark that each of you leave on society. Thank you so much, Lauren. Back to you to introduce our student guest speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Lotta. Thank you to all of you for your patience and for allowing each graduate the honor they deserve. Congratulations to each and every graduate tonight. Also, congratulations to families and loved ones for the role you played in making this a possibility for your graduate tonight. This evening belongs as much to the graduates as it does to those who have made this possible for them. I would like to now introduce a Durban SACAP graduate, Sarah Kluwer, who will be sharing some words of encouragement with you. Sarah is graduating with a Bachelor of Social Science Honours in Psychology cum laude after completing a Bachelor's of Arts, majoring in Psychology, Politics, and English, as well as an Honours in Marketing, Advertising, and Communication. She has recently moved from Durban to Sea Point, Cape Town, for work opportunities, where she works as a brand manager for a financial tech company called Flash, which aims to fulfill the purpose of making people's lives easier. Their work is centered around this purpose and their people. Sarah, it is so wonderful to have you with us tonight. Over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lecturers and guests, friends and family, and most importantly, the class of 2021. I so wish that we could all be together in person to celebrate this milestone, but I remain grateful for this opportunity to gather together online for this special event tonight. A massive thank you to all those involved in organizing this event and to everyone present for being here to witness this moment. To our incredible lecturers and the SACAP family, there is no way we could have done this without you. A simple thank you would never be enough. When we embarked on our diverse journeys of studying psychology at the Durban SACAP campus, ignorance behaved at its best. Never would we have imagined that as we embarked on our individual journeys of gaining more insight into the human mind, human behavior, and our societal contexts, that society itself would be faced with one of the biggest challenges it had faced in recent history. I am so proud of every single one of you sitting here tonight, the way in which we adapted, united, and persevered through it all. I sometimes wonder what my own COVID-19 experience would have been without my classmates, my lecturers, and my studies, keeping me busy and giving me a sense of purpose. Sean Aker, influential positive psychologist, connotes that when we encounter an unexpected challenge or threat, the only way to save ourselves is to hold on tight to the people around us and not let go. The overwhelming thought of trying to cope with COVID-19 without each of you is quickly eradicated from my thoughts. To sum it up, we can't do it alone. To accept duality is to earn our identity. It is now more than ever about fully understanding yourself so that you can become yourself. As we celebrate today's victory of graduation, may we be conscious of the tools that we've been empowered with throughout this journey and use them to create a world we want to live in. Ditch the dreams and do more. Minister radically in a truthful, active, conscious, getting your hands dirty kind of way. In the words of the famous Viktor Frankl, everything can be taken from a man, but the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in every single circumstance. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiring words of encouragement, Sarah.
Thank you, Lauren.
Enjoy the remainder of the ceremony with us, Sarah. Graduates, each of you has so much to offer the world. Never for a moment doubt your capacity to make a positive change in our society, and never allow the fear of failure to drive you into the safety and passivity of inaction. Social impact and making a sustainable difference in the world is foundational in why and how we prepare graduates for the future. To the 2021 graduates, we hope that your hearts are filled with an ongoing passion and fire to continue to change the world we live in. Every small effort collectively makes a sustainable change in the lives around us. Thank you for your investment, your humanity, and your desire to change the world. We look forward to witnessing what you will continue to do as graduates in your own unique and varied ways. As we come to the end of our program tonight, I'd like to hand back to Dr. Lotta for some final words with our 2021 graduates and for her to officially dissolve SACAP's 2021 conferral ceremony. Thank you, Jacqueline.
Lauren, thank you for being such a wonderful MC this evening. It's been a pleasure to share this platform with you and with our other speakers, and particularly wonderful to have our student speaker, Sarah, with us this evening. Thank you also for all of the beautiful words of encouragement in the chat. It's very clear to me that there are a lot of proud students and parents and family members with us here this evening. I want to end this evening with a short memory and a poem. I will never forget the Vice Chancellor at my very first graduation ceremony, where I graduated with a BA in Psychology and English, comparing graduation to a kind of knighthood, which is bestowed upon you as you graduate. I was deeply honored by this comparison, and it really brought to the fore for me the significance of graduation. But over the years, I've come to realize that with this honor also comes a significant amount of responsibility. Responsibility to myself, to my family, to my community, and to my beloved country. I will personally watch with anticipation to see that the role that each of you as SACAP alumni will play in contributing towards positively affecting society in whatever way that may look for you. Take some time to reflect on what it is you have achieved over the next few weeks. Relish in your knighthood and then redefine and commit to your dreams and goals. And so I leave you this evening with a short poem by South African poet Lebo Mashile. Remember this, she says, your dreams are your work. Your dreams are a blueprint for the world that is being born. If humanity has a chance of surviving, and I believe we most certainly do, it is by staring at the blank page of this moment and being unafraid to write the first new line. Congratulations, class of 2021. May you live a life of success, fulfillment, and happiness. Please stay online as we close with the national anthem, followed by a gallery of our most esteemed graduates. This conferral ceremony of the South African College of Applied Psychology is now officially dissolved. Thank you and good night.